Audiobook Academy Biography presents Dennis Rodman. In terms of rebounds, Dennis Rodman is up there with the best in the business. Multiple NBA championships were a result of his efforts with both the Detroit Pistons and the Chicago Bulls. Dennis Rodman was drafted by the Detroit Pistons in the second round of the 1986 NBA draft out of Trenton, New Jersey. While playing for the Detroit Pistons, he became one of basketball's most formidable rebounders, helping them win numerous championships before he was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame in 2011. Rodman's exploits on reality television and his strange bond with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un have also garnered attention. Early years. A native of Trenton, New Jersey, Dennis Keith Rodman was conceived on May 13, 1961. He was born into a dysfunctional family. Rodman's father, Philander, left his wife, Shirley, and their two young children early in his life. The family moved to Dallas when Philander left, where Rodman's mother battled to feed and clothe her children by taking practically any odd job that came her way. Intriguingly, Rodman didn't appear to be an athletic or outgoing person at first glance. He was cut from the school football team and then quit the basketball team because he wasn't getting enough playing time because he was so short in high school. Rodman's future seemed uncertain after he graduated from high school in 1979. He worked as a janitor at the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, among other places, to make ends meet. The now 6'7" star might be found on the neighborhood basketball courts during his spare time. An acquaintance of Rodman's family introduced him to the Cook County Junior College coaches, who offered him a scholarship to attend the school in Gainesville, Texas. He agreed and quickly established himself as one of the team's most valuable members. Rodman, on the other hand, was unable to keep up with the coursework, and he was forced to drop out after a year. Southeastern Oklahoma State quickly encouraged Rodman to enroll, proving that his talent hadn't gone overlooked. During his 3 years at the school, he averaged close to 26 points and 16 rebounds a game on the court, overwhelming his opponents. The Detroit Pistons selected 25-year-old Rodman in the second round of the 1986 NBA draft. NBA. For a long time, the Pistons and Dennis Rodman had a happy marriage. The arrival of Dennis Rodman signaled the beginning of a new era for the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons became one of the NBA's best teams under the leadership of head coach Chuck Daly and point guard Isaiah Thomas. In 1989 and 1990, the team won the championship. Rodman played a significant role in this. Rodman was named to the 1990 NBA All-Star team and named the league's Defensive Player of the Year in the same season because of his relentless rebounding and ferocious defense. He earned his first of 7 rebounding championships in a row in 1992. The relationship between Dennis Rodman and the Detroit Pistons deteriorated after Daly's retirement in 1993, and he was eventually traded to the San Antonio Spurs. Rodman was moved to the Chicago Bulls prior to the 1995-96 season, where he would join Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in winning 3 straight NBA championships. Rodman spent the last months of the 1999-2000 season with the Los Angeles Lakers after leaving Chicago. The next year, he retired from basketball after playing for the Dallas Mavericks. Rodman won 5 NBA championships, was selected to 2 All-Star games, and was twice awarded the league's best defensive player in his career. His induction into the NBA Hall of Fame was made official in 2011. A rough life. However, despite all of Rodman's success, trouble has never been far away from him. Rodman's off-court life has been thrown off balance by his on-court zeal. Concerns about Rodman's mental health were raised after he was found sleeping in a van with a loaded rifle in a parking lot in February 1993. That was not the case, he said. Nevertheless, Rodman's on-court presence had an air of unpredictability that he seemed to relish. In 1997, he paid a cameraman $200,000 to settle claims that he purposely kicked him in the groin while going after a loose ball. He was fined by the league for his rough play. To celebrate his off-court romances with celebrities like Madonna and Carmen Electra, he colored his hair frequently. After retiring from basketball, Rodman's life was no less tumultuous. He was detained in Los Angeles in April 2008 for reportedly striking his wife in a hotel, and charges were filed against him. A court sentenced Rodman to 45 days of community service after he pleaded no guilty. Rodman owes more than $300,000 in back child support, according to court documents filed in June of that year. Off-court efforts. Former NBA player Dennis Rodman had a brief stint in professional wrestling during the late 1990s. The Rodman World Tour was also a popular series at this period. In the years that followed, Rodman became a fixture on reality television. When he appeared on an earlier season of Donald Trump's business competition The Apprentice, he returned to the show in 2013. Celebrity Rehab and Sober House in 2010 were an attempt by Rodman, who was known for his wild lifestyle, to clean up his act. Connection with Kim Jong-un. In February 2013, the ever-changing Rodman tried his hand at diplomacy. North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, met with him for 2 days. When Rodman visited Kim, he used the opportunity to watch a basketball game with her. Rodman made an appearance on This Week with George Stephanopoulos once his trip was over. Rodman told Stephanopoulos that Kim Jong-un was amazing and very honest, despite his poor human rights record. Also, the former NBA star stated that he would be interested in helping bring peace between the United States and North Korea. Rodman tweeted in the spring of 2013 requesting Kim Jong-un to free American Kenneth Bae, who had been sentenced to 15 years in jail in North Korea in November 2012. Rodman returned to the country in December of that year. In an interview with CNN's Chris Cuomo in January of that year, Rodman, who was still in the country, argued that Bae's punishment was legitimate. Rodman apologized for his remarks 2 days after they appeared on the show. Furthermore, he acknowledged that he'd been stressed out and had been drinking at the time of the incident. Dennis Rodman sent a statement apologizing to Kenneth Bae's family, CNN reports. "My apologies to my co-workers and my supervisors. I also apologize to Chris Cuomo for my mistakes." The next year saw the release of the film Bae. To be near the historic summit between Trump and Kim, Rodman flew to Singapore in June of last year. Even though he wasn't directly involved in the diplomatic process, Rodman was able to secure an interview with CNN's Chris Cuomo, in which the former basketball star sported a Make America Great Again cap and became visibly upset as the discussion progressed. The Last Dance and 30 for 30. Rodman, for better or worse, an episode of ESPN's famed 30 for 30 series on the former basketball star, aired in September 2019. Many of his former colleagues were interviewed candidly for the documentary, including Michael Jordan, who admitted that he didn't think Dennis Rodman would live past the age of 40 due to his wild partying. The next spring, ESPN aired The Last Dance, a documentary on Dennis Rodman. Additionally, The Last Dance exposed how teammates and coaches put up with Rodman's erratic conduct in exchange for his defensive and rebounding prowess in order to help him lead the Bulls to one final title in the 1997-98 NBA season. Thank you for listening in Audiobook Academy. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button for more content like this. See you in next video.